Most people overcomplicate building their chest, even their physique in general. It is a lot simpler than it's made out to be. You don't even need a gym if you don't have time or if you don't even want to go. A lot of people actually don't know this about me, but I started off actually just doing body weight and I've made huge progress doing that. And that's important to understand before you think you need fancy equipment. Training chest 2 to 3 times per week is more than enough. Even something as simple as 2 to 3 sets in the 8 to 15 rep range works if you're consistent and pushing yourself. You know, a lot of social media makes it look like you need insane volume, long workouts, and to live in the gym. And to be honest, I am one of those who live in the gym and train in the gym for about 1 to 2 hours, depending on the day. But that was when I was chasing PRs, bulking up, and training heavy. It's completely different. You don't need it. But that's not how it started, and that's not how it's always been. And that's not even how I train right now because I have different goals at the moment. Right now I only train chest twice a week. On those days I do 2 exercises, 2 sets each, usually in the 8 to 12 rep range, sometimes up to 15. My overall workouts are shorter and I'm still growing. The biggest issue isn't the program, it's patience and consistency. Most people I've talked to are constantly switching workouts, looking for the best plan, or don't even start because they're overwhelmed. Like, what do I do? How do I do it? You only need about 45 minutes, and even that's optional at first. Push-ups in your room could take you way further than you think. If you're at home, start with 2 sets of push-ups for 10 to 15 reps. That's literally how this began for me. If it's too easy, take sets to failure, or even leave 1 to 2 reps left in the tank. Maybe 1 month you push to the last set to failure, and another month you don't, where you leave a couple reps in the tank. Always going to failure isn't smart in the long run. That's why I say that. Progress is slow. You gotta manage expectations. Results come slowly, and you usually don't notice them yourself at first. Other people will before you do. If you need motivation, take pictures. Helps a lot in the long run instead of just looking in the mirror trying to look for some progress. It's hard for yourself to notice, so take pictures. Once you're in the gym, this is where people overthink things. Gotta understand what each one is good at. For example, the bench press, barbell, or dumbbell press, same thing. This is your main strength builder. It hits chest overall, but also brings a lot of triceps and shoulders into it. Great for overall size and overload. And the incline bench. This shifts the focus more to the upper chest, which is actually usually the hardest part to grow. And if you want that fuller, higher chest look, 3D look, superhero look, this matters a lot. And same thing, incline dumbbell press. It's very similar to the incline bench, but with more range of motion and control. Dumbbells let you bring your arms in and squeeze the chest more, which helps with shape. You can definitely stretch it out more. It has other stabilizer muscles that are working there. And of course, the cable crossover. These ones have a lot more constant tension and stretch on your chest. Just a different way of training it. The cables keep the chest working the entire time and are great for actually feeling the muscle and improving definition. And you don't need all those in one workout. You can pick, for example, one sort of press, like incline bench, 1 fly, cable flies, stick with them for 2 to 4 weeks and try to improve in some way, like more reps, better form, more time under tension, better control before trying to switch to just a bunch of things. Keep track of your weight, keep track of what you're doing, your rest time, and just improve overall like that. Keep to it for at least like a month before you start switching on to other things. And yes, there's a lot of chest exercise: incline, flat, decline, feet elevated, push-ups, knee push-ups. All that really does is change which part of the chest gets more stimulus, and sometimes your triceps will get involved a little bit more, sometimes shoulders will get a little bit involved. Just, you're hitting different aspects of it and you're not getting bored of it. You're improving in one way or another is the big thing. And of course, the upper chest matters quite a bit. Incline movements hits the upper chest, which is usually the hardest to grow, to build that 3D look. And yeah, don't switch things just because you're bored. For example, cable flies give you a deep stretch and isolate the chest more. Bench press involves more triceps and shoulders. Both are good, they just hit differently. And when you're hitting chest, you're kind of already hitting triceps, your front delts, shoulders a little bit, and just core and stabilizer muscles. So it's also another added bonus, but the biggest thing is just starting somewhere and being consistent with it. Like, I can't stress that enough. I've seen people just switch on and off all the time and just ask, how do I do it? How do I do this? Like, at some point, you just gotta go in and do it. I know some people might think, oh, that's bad advice, but it's kind of how you learn how to do things. You can do all the research, everything you want. You just kind of have to start, and then you'll probably know what to do next once you get a little bit more experience and feel confident in certain movements. Eventually, you have to train your back to pull-ups, rows, whatever. Obviously, if you only train your chest forever, then your shoulders will round forward, your physique will look off. That's what I mentioned, like just starting with one thing, keeping to one thing. You don't have to worry about, oh, I need a proportionate body right now. You just gotta start. If you feel like you don't have time or think push-ups don't work because they're not fancy, that's exactly how I started once again. And even now, years of training, I could still grow my chest with push-ups, weighted push-ups, all of that, 100%. I just choose to go to the gym because I have time and because I like it better and experience in it, but it's not required. The key is starting somewhere, keeping it simple, and staying consistent. Everything else comes later. It's simple, but hard.